Hello everyone, this is Miriam from Pain Outside the Box, and in this short video I'm going to be encouraging you to stop talking about your pain if you suffer from chronic pain, or what we know of as well as TMS, tension myositis syndrome. So, why is this so important, and who am I to tell you not to talk about your pain? So, not talking about my pain was one of the best strategies that I myself employed as I was recovering. That's because I noticed that it wasn't helping me. There was also another reason why I stopped talking about my pain, is because there were other problems that I decided to focus on, so my pain was no longer the center of attention, and indirectly, although that other problem was big, that helped me not focus on my pain so much. So what do I mean first of all when I tell you not to talk about your pain? What I mean is try to avoid talking about your pain at length with friends or family, and even with people who are supporting you in general, like therapists, for example. Now I know that there's this deep need inside of us to be understood, and obviously if we're in chronic pain we want other people to understand what we're going through, because obviously we would like them to understand us. We would like their sympathy, we would like to express ourselves, our point of view, and that's totally normal, especially in the beginning. The only problem I see is that once we continue to repeat how terrible our pain is, that we're in pain, it kind of develops into a habit. And when we give something our attention, this something tends to persist. This has something to do with neuroplasticity, okay? So where attention goes, the problem grows, we say. So where we put our attention is where the issue will get bigger and bigger. And that's because each time we talk about our pain, we are actually noticing our symptoms. We are actually observing our symptoms, and normally not simply observing them, but normally trying to find the best adjectives to describe how bad they are. So this definitely doesn't help with the mindset that we're trying to develop when it comes to overcoming chronic pain. Because in order to overcome chronic pain, we need to start perceiving our pain or other symptoms as sensations that are not so threatening, are not so dangerous for us. But usually when we talk about our friends, or we call up a friend and tell her how bad it all is and I can't take this anymore, and oh, I'm in pain again, and so on, what we're doing is we're taking a problem and we're making it bigger and bigger. We're reminding ourselves, our brain, how bad it is. We are also picking up on old memories of pain, reinforcing these memories, okay? Each time we feel the pain again, we are reinforcing the connection in the brain between this area and pain. And we are reinforcing also the idea that this area that's hurting in our body is a problem, or maybe that it is damaged, or something is not quite right there. But if we do have TMS, if our pain is psychosomatic, we have to understand that we have a role to play in the generation of pain. We have to understand that TMS is emotionally induced. And the more negative our emotions are towards our pain, the more negative our language is towards our pain, the more likely it is for pain to come up, because this is what we are focusing on. And the negative emotions are what we're feeding it. So I would say, if you have to talk about your pain, there is a way to talk about your pain in a way that is not so harmful. And this is the technique we use usually with somatic tracking, when we actually verbalize what kind of sensations we're feeling. So you can take a moment and say, okay, I am in pain today. Notice the word today. Present moment, doesn't mean forever. I am in pain today. I am feeling, for example, tightness, tingling, it's moving around. What I'm doing right now is I'm describing the pain objectively, in as objective a manner as possible, factually. And I am avoiding using certain labels, certain adjectives that reinforce how bad the pain is. which is what we tend to do when we speak about our pain to our family and friends. Now, if your family and friends tend to ask you very often how you are, that's also a habit to cut out. And that's a habit I always encourage my clients to cut out. I encourage my clients to tell their loved ones, maybe not to ask them so frequently how they are, because when our loved ones ask us about our pain with a certain amount of concern, that concern of theirs is projected onto us. We can see that concern, and by seeing that concern, we are once again reinterpreting the pain as a problem, because someone else is validating our symptoms as a problem. And this is what we need to change. We need to stop viewing TMS pain as a problem and start viewing it as a messenger of what's going on emotionally, just a way for our body to speak to us. Okay? So basically, two things I wanted to get across to you in this short video. One is to avoid talking about your pain at length, and if you have to, describe it factually. Using the present tense, try to avoid words that imply that the pain is there forever or that it's horrible. And number two, try to get others not to ask you about your pain so frequently. So try to basically not make pain the center of your discussion. Okay? Find another subject to talk about with other people as much as possible. And if they do ask you how you are, just, answer as briefly as possible. You can say, oh, the same, or yeah, I'm in pain, or whatever, but just don't elaborate. Believe me, it makes a huge difference if you try this out and if you tend to fall into this habit of speaking about your pain at length. Okay, so that's all for today. Just by doing this, you'll be working with neuroplasticity in order to start rewiring your brain for pain-free. And if you would like to learn more, obviously there are my resources on my website, www.painoutsideTheBox.com, where I also sell an online program, which consists of 14 lessons and which will take you through the various aspects of chronic pain recovery. Okay, that's all. I wish you all a lovely week and take care. Bye-bye.